What up, what up, what up, everybody? Good morning. This is Glenda, and please welcome to the Face Show. I'm going to bring to you guys some commentary today about Nicki Minaj and Meek Mill Twitter beef. Man, I've been reading some toxic information about these two people. First, let's just go back a little bit. I think I mentioned that, maybe I didn't mention, but maybe a month ago, Nicki Minaj and her husband, her new husband, Kenneth Petty, ran into Meek Mill in a jewelry store or some type of store in the mall. And so it was a shouting match. They said that Meek Mill tried to approach, excuse me. They said Meek Mill tried to approach Kenneth in the mall. This is all alleged. Approached Kenneth to say something to him about, I guess the previous drama that they were supposed to have, a beef that they haven't already over Nicki, knowing that since him and Nicki got together. Nicki claimed that Meek Mill has been trolling Kenneth for like a month. Has been trying to talk to him or get at him and just, saying little bad stuff about him for like over a year. She said like over a year now that Meek been trying to, troll Kenneth. And so once they saw each other in the mall, I assume and I imagine that, Meek Mill wanted to say something or they wanted to say something to each other. I heard that Nicki was, pretty much wasn't tripping and wasn't trying to say nothing, but Meek Mill was trying to say, go say something to Kenneth, and Kenneth wasn't really having it. Because long story short, I hear that Meek Mill always sending out subliminals about this man on Twitter or Instagram or liking somebody's comments that they say that's bad about Kenneth. And then when he saw Kenneth in the jewelry store, he tried to approach Kenneth and like it was all good. And Kenneth was like, nah, nigga, it ain't cool. You've been talking all this stuff. You've been trolling for 2 years. You've been this and that. And now all of a sudden you want to be cool. So that's the backstory of what they beef is about. So that story happened last month. Everybody was talking about it. They got in a big old loud altercation going back and forth. There was a video going around with him and Kenneth and Nicki in the mall just hollering and yelling, and Nicki saying that she thought that he had goons outside waiting on them when they go outside, or Meek was like, no, I just want to holler at him and talk to him, man to man, or whatever situation was. Well, anyway, back to the Twitter beef. It happened maybe a week or two ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, and so Nicki took to her Instagram or her Twitter today, and I think what she did is try to comment on it. She wanted to, she started the beef all over again, pretty much. Just say that. She went to her, took to her Twitter page and rekindled the beef all over again. She went there, and when she got on Twitter today or yesterday or whatever she said, she mentioned Meek in a Twitter post. So I'm trying to find the post so I can read to you exactly what she tweeted. She accused him of abusing her. Oh, that's what it was. She tweeted something about him abusing her and that he fought her in front of his mom. I'm going to find it. Just give me a second, y'all. I'm sure going to find that. Give me just a second to read exactly what she said, because I don't want to get it wrong. I definitely don't want to get this wrong because it was crazy. It says, what'd she say? Give me one moment, y'all. One moment. Oh, she said, and she quoted, she said, niggas been tweeting about my man for a year now. Talking about he went to my page to see him, but he was blocked. My nigga moved on. I know you're embarrassed. Bitch, she said, I know you bitch embarrassed. Shit yourself in the store when you got pressed, though. That was her tweet. Now, she's starting this shit all over again, saying that he beat her, and when she saw him in the store, she was pressed and he was embarrassed that, Ken had to say something to him about the beef. And so Meek Mill must have got a hang of that little tweet that Nicki Minaj threw out there. And so he took to defend himself. He was like, and I'm looking for his. Oh, he said the only way you can try to kill my career is to say I beat women. Talk about a brother convicted of rape, and he said, talking about your brother convicted of rape, and you been knowing, paid for his lawyers. Your little brother touched that little girl too. You know, and I know. You want me to crash with your boyfriend, and I won't. So, in other words, he trying to say, first of all, you want to talk shit about me, and your brother just got acquitted. Just got sentenced 25 years to life for raping his own stepdaughter. And then he told her, he said, you know and I know that you knew your brother was already doing wrong. So Meek, they all both going hidden below the belt. First of all, Nicki, you shouldn't have came to your page starting no mess, talking about he pressed and he embarrassed and he was scared in the store. Because that's just starting shit, bitch. If it was over, it's over. You don't need to come and restart the stuff all over, because that's how it keeps the stuff going. You don't want to keep stuff going. And I feel like she took it a little bit overboard by starting this drama all over again. So, of course, anybody in their right mind like me, they're going to try to defend themselves. So, he came to it, and he didn't stop there. He went on to say, he was like, you said you was willing to crash your man because you was losing. Now everybody is in the industry. He said, you losing everybody in the industry. You a bad person. He said, oh man, let me read that again, because that is definitely not right. He said, you said you're willing to crash your man because you're losing now. And everybody in the industry, a bad person. He probably wrote that wrong. He said, a bad person. He said, you knew your brother was raping that little girl. That's why I got away from you. Girl, you hear that? Y'all hear that? First of all, they both saying a little bit too much. And I understand if y'all both mad and y'all pressed about, I understand if y'all mad and pressed that y'all ain't together to go, maybe it didn't work or whatever the situation was, but that's private. And all of this stuff is so old, I can't understand why they bringing this up. Meek should not be talking about her brother, because that has nothing to do with Nicki. Nicki is her own woman. Even though I know Nicki was defending him a little bit, and she was trying to help him out because she didn't believe her brother had did all that stuff. So after that, she come back to Twitter with another tweet. She said, you beat your own sister and taped it. Spit on her and taped it. Kicked me in front of your mother and sent her to the hospital. Sucking Drake's D made you feel tough again. Move on. They going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And now she done said some old slick shit. And that all this going to do is keep beef going. First of all, Meek Mill, you just got out of jail. You're a new man now. I see that you're, trying to help people out with their contracts with music. You're trying to give them a better deal. You got a little record label you're trying to get started. And also you're trying to give them information and resources about how to get started and not get got in the industry. I think that's a good thing. So why would you let Nicki drag you into this petty ass back and forth tweet when you're bigger than that? You hanging out with big dogs now. You know what I'm saying? You hanging out with Jay-Z and his crew. You getting invited to the executive stuff. You at the NFL parties, and you're doing good right now. You should not let your personal feelings with Nicki get in the way of this. I would let Nicki say whatever the hell you want. Because if Nicki was so happy with Kenneth Petty over there, even though he was accused of rape too, he was accused of raping a girl, which all came out to be a lie, from which all of this stuff is alleged. I don't know if any of this stuff is true. Everybody's saying this stuff. Meek said that to Nicki. Nicki said that to him. And I'm saying it is being alleged. I don't know if it's true or not. But I will say this. You guys are doing so good for yourself and y'all new life. Meek, you about to have a baby with your new girlfriend. Nicki, you have married Kenneth, and you seem to be happy, but it seemed like you guys still have that tension. So I think, personally, my own opinion, Yeah, you guys have moved on, but y'all still have feelings for each other. Because this drama is just too petty for me. And it's too much. And if y'all didn't have that feeling for each other, there's no way in the world that y'all can continue to go back and forth and back and forth. You can ruin your career, Nicki. And Meek, you can mess up what you got going right now. So after that tweet, they kept going and kept going and kept going. Meek kept going, really. He said, for clarification, I don't hit women, and I won't let my interview be filled with questions about her or any situation to do with her when I come out to do press for my new album. No devil's tricks. So in other words, he trying to say, I'm not finna even fall into this, but you already did, Meek. He was like, I'm not finna answer no questions about do I beat women when I come out to the press. So he letting the press already know, please don't ask me these silly questions that this girl's sending, throwing out here, because it's not true. And he said, and then he also put, I guess he realizing that this is so petty that he shouldn't even be engaging in it, because he's on such a higher level than he used to be as a man. He's coming into himself. You finna have a baby. You about to be a father. You got bigger things going on than to be on the Twitter going back and forth with Nicki. And Nicki, you need to stop. You started this. And I understand you moved on with your life and you upset about everything and about him, linking up with Drake after he was, that I don't know what you and Drake beefing about, but I'm going to find that out too. After Drake supposed to be your rivalry now. And also mad because I don't know what the situation is. Oh, also mad because you think that Meek Mill keep trolling your husband, or he's looking for him, which he is. He said out his own mouth that he be going to Nicki page, and then he's blocked. So you're trying to see what the man look like. So Meek, you did say that. But what I'm trying to say is, to make a long story short and to just sum this thing all up, you guys are making a big mistake doing that, going back and forth. And I think both of them have clearly acknowledged that they made a mistake, because here's a tweet from Meek that he said, meanwhile, Jeff Bezos is running up billions by the minute while us niggas just going wild beefing all day. I see shit different now, and I don't really got time no more. So he's cut his beef off short right there, which was great. That was good. You see the bigger picture. You the bigger man now, Meek. You understand that you can't be back and forth on Twitter with nobody, not even Nicki. And then Nicki also, I saw her on an interview, and I'm not sure who she was interviewing with. I forgot because it was so quick when I watched it. But someone asked her about the Twitter beef between her and Meek, and pretty much she said, my page got hacked. So she trying to say, damn, my page got hacked. I shouldn't did. But then also she came back to say, you know what? I always do this stuff. Get in my feelings, and I go on Twitter and I get to saying it, and it always bite me in my ass later. She said I get to talking and I say stuff and I be like, ooh, you gonna pay for this later. She admitted to being wrong for starting that beef. So she, in other words, she said her page was hacked, but in all actuality, she did admit to being stupid for coming out with those tweets and starting, because it was squashed. And both of them trying to move on to bigger things in life. Let that go, people. Get on with your life. Get your money, Nicki. Get your money, Nicki, and live happily with your husband. You're married now. Meek, go find your girlfriend. Be happy. Rub her stomach. Make her happy. Buy all the grapes and strawberries in the world. Do something that's going to please her and get forward with your new career. I got faith in y'all. I think y'all going to be okay. I think both of y'all going to be okay. But y'all got to shake the drama and bullcrap. And maybe one day later when y'all do get a little older, because see, I'm at the age now where I'm seeing things in a different light. And I can tell you a couple of stories, but this is not story time right now. I can tell you a couple of stories how I see things differently from when I saw things maybe even a month ago. So sometimes we don't realize the mistake that we're making. Sometimes we always go out and we say and we do things, and later we say it out of being angry and mad and in the heat of the moment. But then when you get a chance to sit back and think about the things that you said and done, you realize that if you only would have kept your mouth closed for a few minutes, if you only would have wrote that on the paper for a few seconds, if I only would have thought a little bit clearer before I got into my feelings and let all this stuff out, and now it's making me look bad in front of people, making me feel bad because I have to look bad in front of everybody. If we just take the time to realize our wrong, then before we go out and pursue things and do things and write things and say things, we probably would be a better people, and this world would be a better place. And that's my commentary for today, everybody. Please share this video. Please like the video. And please subscribe to my channel. And thank you guys for listening. Have a great day.